Items are one of the key factors in the game TFT. It greatly determines the comp and the player's chance to win. Through many TFT seasons, Items has innovated. There are many types of items, such as components, completed items, radiant items, artifacts, etc. In this video, I will share about basic items. The remaining types of items will be in the next videos. 1. Function. In terms of function, these components are mainly combined into completed items with more special powers. The combine method is quite simple. You just need to put two components into the champions you want to attach items to. For example, if you want to combine Sunfire Cape, just put the Chain Vest and Giant's Belt on the champion you want. 2. Classification. Currently in TFT there are 9 basic items: BF Sword, Chain Vest, Giant's Belt, Needlessly Large Rod, Negatron Cloak, Recurve Bow, Sparring Gloves, Spatula, Tear of the Goddess. BF Sword, 10% attack damage bonus for the holder. Combine into completed items: Deathblade, Edge of Night, Styrax Gauge, Hextech Gunblade, Bloodthirster, Giant Slayer, Infinity Edge, Ghostly Emblem, Spear of Shojin. Basically, BF Sword mainly combines into completed items that tend to deal physical damage. Rated as Tier S, very strong in the current meta. Recurve Bow, 10% more attack speed for the holder. Combine into completed items: Giant Slayer, Titan's Resolve, Nashor's Tooth, Ginsu's Rageblade, Runan's Hurricane, Red Buff, Last Whisper, Porcelain Emblem, Static Shiv. The items that can be combined from Bow are also quite diverse. Buff attack speed or damage or support team like Red Buff or Static Shiv. In the current patch, Recurve Bow is not highly rated, so it is only ranked Tier B. Sparring Gloves, 20% more crit chance for the holder. Combine into completed items: Infinity Edge, Steadfast Heart, Guardbreaker, Jeweled Gauntlet, Quicksilver, Last Whisper, Thief's Gloves, Umbral Emblem, Hand of Justice. Most of the items that can be combined from gloves are offensive-oriented. Gloves are also quite good equipment, ranked Tier A in the current meta. Needlessly Large Rod, plus 10 ability power for the holder. Combine into completed items: Hextech Gunblade, Crown Guard, Morellonomicon, Rabadon's Death Cap, Ionic Spark, Ginsu's Rageblade, Jeweled Gauntlet, Faded Emblem, Archangel Staff. Most of the items that can be combined from Rod tend to have magical damage. Rod is rated in Tier S, very strong in the current meta. Chain Vest, plus 20 armor for the holder. Combine into completed items: Edge of Night, Bramble Vest, Sunfire Cape, Crown Guard, Gargoyle Stoneplate, Titan's Resolve, Steadfast Heart, Storyweaver Emblem, Protector's Vow. Most of the items that can be combined from Chain Vest is defensive-oriented. And Chain Vests are also highly rated in the current meta, ranked in Tier A. Negatron Cloak, plus 20 magic resist for the holder. Combine into completed items: Bloodthirster, Gargoyle Stoneplate, Even Shroud, Ionic Spark, Dragon's Claw, Runan's Hurricane, Quicksilver, Heavenly Emblem, Adaptive Helm. Like the Chain Vest, the cloak also has a defensive orientation and is also highly rated in the current meta, ranked in Tier A. Giant's Belt, plus 150 health for the holder. Combine into completed items: Styrax Gauge, Sunfire Cape, Warmog's Armor, Morellonomicon, Even Shroud, Nashor's Tooth, Guardbreaker, Dryad Emblem. Redemption. This is also another defensive item. Giant's Belt is quite 50-50, neither strong nor weak, so it is ranked in Tier B. Tear of the Goddess, plus 15 mana for the holder. Combine into completed items: Spear of Shojin, Protector's Vow, Redemption, Archangel Staff, Adaptive Helm, Static Shiv, Hand of Justice, Mythic Emblem, Blue Buff. This component is supportive and quite strong in Meta 14.10, ranked in Tier A. Spatula, combined into emblems: Ghostly Emblem, Storyweaver Emblem, Dryad Emblem, Faded Emblem, Heavenly Emblem, Porcelain Emblem, Umbral Emblem, Tactician's Crown, Mythic Emblem. This is definitely the rarest component because it can be combined into emblems to help increase its power significantly. So Spatula is ranked C. Summary: if you are new to the game, it will definitely be quite difficult to remember the items, so I will leave the recipe for combining items here. Tip for newbies: if you don't remember the recipe, you can right-click on the components in the game, and a table of recipes and functions of each completed item will appear to make it easier for you to play. In the next video, I will talk about completed items. 3. How to get components in the game. Components in each game will appear randomly. No lobby is the same. Here are the ways components appear in the game. Carousel. Carousel round will appear at each stage. The order of picking up items will be prioritized from low to high based on the player's remaining health. At this point, you can choose the components you want to get. Minions and Monsters round. Usually after the first 3 Minions rounds, 3 components will be dropped. And the last round of stages like Krug or Wolf will also have a chance to drop other components. Augments. Augments will usually appear in rounds 2.1, 3.2, 4.2. There are quite a few augments that provide components for players, which I will list below. Over-encumbered. For the next stage, you only get 1 bench slots. After, get 3 item components. Component Buffet. Whenever you would get a component, gain a component anvil instead. Gain a random component. Buried Treasures. Gain a random item component at the start of the next 2 rounds, including this round. 1, 2, 5. Gain 1 random component, 2 gold, and 1 random 5 cost champion. Pandora's Items. Round start. Items on your bench are randomized, except Tactician's Crown and Spatula. Gain 1 random component. The Golden Remover. Gain a Golden Remover and component item Anvil. Big Grab Bag. Gain 3 random components, 2 gold and 1 Reforger. Buried Treasures 2. Gain a random item component at the start of the next 3 rounds, including this round. Dragon's Spirit. Gain a Dragon's Claw. Every time you heal 7,000 health with Dragon's Claws, gain an item component, up to 4. Magic Wand. Gain a needlessly large rod. Your units gain 18 ability power. Pandora's Item. 2. Round start. Items on your bench are randomized, excluding Tactician's Crown and Spatula. Gain 2 random components. Prize Fighter. Gain 1 item components. Every 3 wins gives you an item component. Salvage Bin. Gain 1 random completed item now and 1 component after 7 player combats. Selling Champions breaks completed items into components, excluding Tactician's Crown. Slammin'. Gain 1 random component. After each player combat, if there are no items on your bench, other than consumables, gain 2 XP. What doesn't kill you? Gain 2 gold after losing a player combat. Gain a random component after every 4 losses. You Have My Bow. Gain a Recurve Bow. Your units gain 12% attack speed. You Have My Sword. Gain a BF Sword. Your units gain 15% attack damage. Blinding Speed. Gain a red buff. Gwinsu's Rage Blade. A Recurve Bow, and a Magnetic Remover. Buried Treasures 3. Gain a random item component at the start of the next 6 rounds, including this round. Unleashed Arcana. Gain a Jeweled Gauntlet, a Rabadon's Death Cap, a needlessly large rod, and a Magnetic Remover. Encounters. Kabuko invites you to dance with him. The more players join in, the better the reward. Stand in puddles to catch fish for Tom Kench. The more fish he eats, the more loot everyone gets. Timo adds a golden spatula to every champion on Carousel. When you sell a unit, Diana cleaves their completed items into components. Galio adds a defensive component to every champion on Carousel. Jana offers you a treasure armory that can be re-rolled up to 10 times. Riven adds a component to each champion on Carousel. Yon adds a bonus offensive component to every champion on Carousel. Choose a component. Zira grants you 3 copies of it. Udyr grants you 2 components based on the chosen spirit. Component Anvils. Components Anvil will give you 4 choices. This will help you choose more suitable items. Anvil components will drop from Round Raptors, Elder Dragons, or from augments, portals, etc. To use, you just need to sell Anvil. Then 4 choices will appear. Lysandra. Lysandra's skill when defeating an enemy has 40% chance of dropping a loot orb, and maybe it can be any component. That's a video of everything about basic items. If there are any shortcomings, please comment below. The next video will be completed items. Don't forget to leave 1 like and 1 subscribe. See you in the next video.